Okay, this is your lesson 4 fluency and skills practice for multiplication of multi-digit numbers. I'm going to work 5 of these, so pay very close attention and let's figure out how to do this. Okay, 30 times 580. This one is actually very simple because of these two zeros right here. On the side, I'm going to show you what this is. 580, that's a 0, is equal to 58 times 10. And 30 is equal to 3 times 10. So if I string all these out, this is 58 times 3 times 10 times 10. And remember what times 10 does for us. It shifts our place value. So I'm going to shift my answer 2 times. And then I'm going to be left with 58 times 3. So I can forget about these two zeros and just work out 58 times 3. So here we go. 3 times 8 is 24. 24. I'm going to write it on the side. 24. If I split them up and wrote them separately, that would be 4 that would go down, and then 2 would get carried over to my next place value. So 4 is going to go down, and then 2 is going to go above the 5. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 is 17. And then we count 1, 2, 3, comma. That's the answer, 17,400. Let's see if we can find some other ones. Number 3 is a good one. This one is just straight multiplication, no tricky zeros. 8 times 2, here I'm going to circle the ones I'm working on. 8 times 2 is 16. I'm going to write 16 on the side. And if I split it, the 6 goes on the right, the 1 goes on the left. Be very careful. We have some people that are writing it opposite. You're writing 6 over here and a 1 over here. 8 times 8 is 64, plus 1 is 65. Again, be very careful. If you have to, write it down and then split it. On the right is the 5, on the left is the 6. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 6 is 38. Again, if you're having trouble, 8 goes on the right, 3 goes on the left. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11. I'm going to get rid of my regrouping because that's going to confuse me. I'm going to get rid of this stuff. And I'm going to say I'm done with the 8. I'm going to change color. 3. But here's the thing that you have to remember. You must remember it, commit it to memory right now. That 3 is in the tens place. It has a multiplier. It has a power of 10. That means my answer is getting shifted over. So what do I write here? I write a 0. Now I can multiply everything just times 3 instead of 30 because this 0 covers my place value. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 8 is 24. The 4 goes on the right. The 2 goes, be very careful. I just multiplied times 8. So my 2 goes above the 4. Well, if I had my marker on. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. 4 goes on the right, 1 goes on the left. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Okay. Let's add all this up. 6 plus 0 is 6. 5 plus 6 is 11. 8 plus 4 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. 4 plus 1 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. And 4 plus 1 is 5. There are a lot of little steps in multiplication, and you can't miss a single one. Okay, let's find, I don't want to work any ones because one is, there's not a whole lot to multiply with 1. Let's look at number 12. 2 times 6 is 12. The 2 goes on the right, the 1 goes on the left. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. 2 times 3 is 6. Get rid of my regrouping. And now I'm on the 6 that's in the what place value? The 1s, the 10s. Anything in the 10s place means I have shifted over 1, so I need a 0 here to keep my answer starting in the 10s place. 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. The 6 goes on the right. The 3 goes on the left. Be very careful though. Some people would say, wait, I just put a number here, so I'm going to regroup it over here. No. I just multiplied right here, this 6. So when I regroup, it needs to go right here. 6 times 0 is 0. Plus 3 is 3. 6 times 3 is 18. Since there's nothing over here, I don't regroup anything. It's just 18. Two plus 0. 6 plus 1. 6 plus 3 is 9. And then 18, there's nothing there, so we just write 18. Let's see if there's any. Okay. I guess I'll do 13 and 14. Yeah. Okay. 4 times 7 is 28. The 8 is on the right. The 2 is on the left. 4 times 1 is 4. Plus 2 is 6. 4 times 4 is 16. 6 is on the right. The 1 is on the left. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. I'm going to get rid of this stuff here, this stuff over here. This 2 is in the tens place, so my answer must go in the tens place. I place a 0 to shift everything. 2 times 7 is 14. 4 is on the right. Now, I just multiplied the 7, so when I regroup, this 1 right here needs to go above the next number. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 2 is 4. 8 plus 0, 6 plus 4 is 10, 6 plus 4 is 10, 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 8 is 18, and 4 plus 1 is 5. Number 14, last one. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 5 is 25. The 5 goes on the right, the 2 goes on the left, and I just multiplied 5, so it will go, I almost put it above the 5. The 2 goes above the 6. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 2 is 32. Okay, I'm done with the 5, I'm on the 3. But it's not a 3, it's a 30. Just go ahead and put your zeros down. Not this 0, we're not worried about that 0 right now. We're just placing a 0 because we are in the tens place. Now we multiply. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 5 is 15. 15. The 5 goes to the right. The 1, what did I just multiply? I multiplied 5. So I need to put the 1 to the left of what I just multiplied. 3 times 6 is 18. Plus 1 is 19. Plus 0, 5 plus 0, 5 plus 2 is 7, and 9 plus 3 is 12, 1 plus 1 is 2, 22,750. Now that's everything for your 5 problems for your fluency practice, but I'm going to keep the video going for a couple more problems, and I'm going to show you just like maybe 2 examples because I don't want to work more than 5 for your actual grade assignment. So I'm going to work one that's similar to this 44, and I'm going to work one that has a 1 in it, and I'm just going to make up some random problems. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do something like 394 times 66. First, I'm going to treat it like it's normal. 6 times 4, 24. The 4 goes on the right, the 2 goes on the left. 6 times 9 is 54, plus 2 is 56. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 5 is 23. Okay, this is the part, since I have the same number, this is the part that is actually easy, so pay attention. This 6 is a 60, so I'm going to place my 0. Since I just multiplied 6 times 4, 6 times 9, 6 times 3, and I got my answer, all I do is place a 0 and then copy my answer over. 2364, 2364, but with a 0 that shifted the place value. And now we can add them up. 4 plus 0, 6 plus 4 is 10, 6 plus 4 is 10, 3 plus 3 is 6, and 2. 26,004. So This actually is much simpler than a typical problem. If you have a double like this, you multiply it out, make sure you get it right, then you place a 0, and then you just copy your first answer over, but it's one place value over because I'm in the tens. Alright, I'm just going to do any random number times something with a 1 in it. Let's do 753 times 18. 8 times 3 is 24. 4 on the right, 2 on the left. 8 times 5 is 40, plus 2 is 42. I see what you might be doing when you write them down. You're used to writing 42. So you might want to write the 4 on the left first and then the 2. I don't know how you need to program it into your brain, but what you're not doing is writing 42. That's 24. That's not what we're doing. So be very careful on how you write. 8 times 7 is 56, plus 4 is 60. Now, here comes the easy part. But you have to write a 0 because that 1 is a 10. We know that 1 times any number is the same number. 1, when you multiply 1 times a number, 1 times n is n. That's the identity property of multiplication. Any time you multiply any number times 1, it's that same number. So I can take this number, 753, multiply it times 1, and I will get 753. 4 plus 0 is 4. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 0, 5. 7 plus 6, 13. 13,554. I really can't teach you any more than this. It just takes practice. So do your best as always, and if you have any problems, come see me.